Okay, my darling Capricorn, this will be a reading for you for March. We are getting into the energy now. And we do have an eclipse season coming up, which represents intense change, would be the simplest way that I understand it. So I guess we could put ourselves in a general place of preparation for doors to be opened and doors to be closed quite suddenly, right? So you know how we spend a lot of time saying, I wonder if this serves me. I wonder if this is for me. I wonder if this is for me. Eclipse season makes it very apparent. That's not for you. This is for you. So I think it's a good idea that we prepare our nervous system for such periods of change, knowing that it's coming and preparing in a way that says, I'll probably see very evidently both those doors opening and closing, which means I can prepare for my guides being more obvious. Let's put it that way. And my darling students know that your guides can be ambiguous at times because they need you to figure it out for yourselves. They need you to go out in 3D and actually put in the work and understand from a 3D perspective. I tried that, it didn't work out, therefore I had this experience. And at times they're very quickly like, that's a no, that's a yes. Can we move forward over here, please? So as much as our egos would love all of the visions and all of the clarity all the time, it's not really how it works. Because if it did, we would go into an ego trap. And this is something that we teach through the Ankara Academy all the time, is we're not learning shamanisms to put ourselves on a pedestal. We're learning shamanism to navigate ebbs and flows in staying connected to nature and the spirit world all the time. It's not meant to work out every way that you want. You're meant to be surprised. You're meant to be challenged, but we are learning surrender. Surrender's biggest invitation is through pain and suffering, isn't it? It's like the woman that learns how to surrender through childbirth is usually the one that saw it go wrong when she didn't, right? We learn how to surrender when we notice everything that comes up we fight against and we try and overcome. That's your ego trying to protect itself and trying to dignify itself by saying, hey, I'm the most important thing here. But what if we just let go, sink in, and trust? Even if your belief systems aren't 100%, I trust that my guides have my back and all of that, run the experiment. What if I just stop using my sympathetic nervous system to fight against everything that comes up? What if I just sit back and say, I know I'm exactly where I need to be, even if it's uncomfortable? What if we just say, I release control because I don't know everything. I don't know why I've decided that. I don't know why door is opening. I don't know why that door's closing. I don't know why it's so hard yet. I don't know why my trauma is so difficult to get through. I don't know yet. But I hope that I am on a path where I can stay curious about deeper knowing, right? And just stay in touch and in tune with a multidimensional life, which is a life that honors all fragments of who we are, not just body, mind, and soul. There's so many other things going on that we just can't even comprehend. And I like that feeling. You know, there's a part of me in another dimension where it's all working out completely differently. There's many parts of me in other dimensions that's doing this reading in a completely different way. Maybe in that dimension, I'm getting different cards. Maybe in that dimension, I'm a different person. I don't know. But if we can stretch our consciousness to such places, we can actually open up parameters on our existence here. But you must stay grounded. All right. We have a 3-card story that we're going to open up, and hopefully some channeled information comes through for you, my darling Capricorns. What a Capricorn card that is, right? Sturdy, black horse, moving slowly, towards an outcome that benefits the resources in a very earthly way. This is Capricorn to me, Knight of Pentacles. So let's have a look at how that has served you, how that is innate for you, how that is comfortable for you, and how that is no problem, right? So you are very aligned with moving forward structurally, sensibly, towards any goal that provides more for you and your family and everybody else involved. There's no rush here. There is a very strong, sturdy, dependable horse. They are getting to the destination. They are looking to become more wise, because Knight of Pentacles would turn into the king, right? So if he keeps on moving along methodically and strategically towards his goal, he will become King of Pentacles, right? Have a look at all of that for you and how that works out for you. I'm not saying that that's bad at all. I'm saying let's honor that part of you, but let's also pull in the 10 of Cups. I'm interested to know where those mechanisms pull together the happy, fulfilled community, tribe, family feeling. Does it work? Or is there something else coming through that's saying that used to work? I do want this feeling, but now I feel like it's changing a little bit. Because in order to get the 10 of Cups feeling, we do actually have to put in the time and the effort and the investment and the communication and all of those things. But sometimes we can get distracted by, where are we actually going? I think, if anything, Capricorn would always prioritize just plodding along, right? But where are we actually going? If this feeling is now not coming from the family unit or the first family unit, or if the idea of the 10 of Cups is changing, right? Maybe you want to find it through a soul tribe. Maybe you want to find it through bringing in a new sense of family. Maybe it's an expanding business or company. Maybe you want this feeling more often in different sectors of your life. Maybe it used to come from the family unit, but now you want to extend out into the relationship sector more so. What do we need for that? Because this equals that is changing, right? We're not long out of your season and we are coming to a new cycle. So I want us to have a look at the deeper aspects of what this new cycle would bring and how we're going to challenge this. Because I think for you, Capricorn, you're worried that if you don't do this every single day, day in, day out, you won't ever get this. But there is another opportunity here for us to contemplate and digest, right? And it might be important for you to go back over the reading at the end of the month and see how that played out for you. Because the other card, the other part of the story is, and remember, it's on either side of the rainbow, is the Knight of Swords, which is a completely different energy. Look how fast he's going. Look how crazy the horse looks. Look how instant and sharp it looks. It is, we want it now, let's go. It's leading with the mind and the thought patterns and the belief systems. It's really talking it out. It's really being a part of that discussion. It's not about the day-to-day earthly actions anymore. It's actually about coming from a place of safety and security and moving into a more chatty, but also more mind-based area, right? So I wonder what kind of change this will provide. But I think the message here is, don't be afraid to move into this energy and see how it fits. And see how it takes away from everything that's default programming in you, which is, no, we just have to keep on moving forward and keep on doing the day-to-day things and keep on prioritizing making money and keep on showing up to that and keep on just doing the daily thing. This is move forward quickly from a place of the discussions needed to switch up the energy and be quite forthright and direct in that, right? Don't be afraid to take the action quickly based on what you know, right? We always come back to this. This seems to be very important for your ability to play around with this energy. You have emotional fulfillment with and those surrounding you, right? but we need a little bit of this to tantalize you into the next new year, right? So whatever's made you comfortable has provided a sense of fulfillment. Knight of Swords comes in to say, why don't we start having conversations around moving forward swiftly and see what you can do to bring these qualities with you. It doesn't have to be, if I don't do that, I'll never get the family I've been looking for. I'll have to negate my sense of family. It's actually like, let's move forward in a new way and see what happens to the parameters of that family system. Does it get better? Does it actually not shake the foundations that I've grown over so long? Maybe it pulls in active discussions around how to do it differently. Now, remember, this part is not about action. It's about the conversations that lead to the action so you can run the experiments and then consolidate it later. Yeah, so don't be afraid to move into the mind and say, well, what if I did it this way? What if I did it that way? How would it play out if I did it that way? What's that future timeline look like? What's that outcome look like? How would I have to keep myself safe? What are the boundaries and the commitments and the conversations I would have to have with everyone that represents my emotional fulfillment to move forward in that way? Yeah, it feels like an old part is trying to die off a little bit and a new part is coming through, but we might not be familiar with it. So remember about your self-care. What would I need on a day-to-day basis to be able to handle or move into that potential, right? What's it going to change about that day-to-day flow that I need? Who am I going to have conversations with and what about? And do I need help in that area? Do I need conversation starters? Do I need interesting questions asked? It might be like someone's coming through to apply a bit of pressure there. It could be a more chatty individual. It could be a coach of some kind to really apply that sharp action that might change the belief systems around what we thought that stability was about. Yeah. So make sure you're honoring all three parts of the conversation. Now we're going to pull the shadow through as well to make sure we know what's happening in the background. Card number 1 is the wolf. So the wolf and Capricorn get along very well, I believe. So the wolf is destined to have a pack, destined to know what their role is in that pack. They are drawn towards the communion and the commitment to each other to make that pack safer and more abundant. Generally, wolves in a pack know their role. They know their position. They know if they have an alpha position or not, or whether they'll ever have a chance. But the shadow aspect of the wolf is you're not burdened and destined to be in only one role. See how there's a big idea around family here. And I think this card is changing, right? Because some people do the family thing and it really doesn't work out an emotional fulfillment for them. The wolf does teach us to go beyond our role and beyond our pack at times. The shadow aspects say, don't be afraid to do the lone wolf thing and then find a different pack with which you have a different role. Because if it's not working out how society conditioned it to be, then we have the choice to move through our shadow and find out what it could be for us. Wolves do move around a little bit. They do go on the lone wolf journey at time to time. The conditions around them change. So don't be afraid to extend beyond your role, to challenge the status quo, to find a different idea about family, which might need a bit of this. This can be scary energy at times, right? And if your mind goes a little bit crazy, well, I don't know if it's going to work out, and I don't know if I'm going to hurt someone, and I don't know if I'm going to let anybody down, and I don't know if I'm going to feel guilty, and I don't know if I can do it on my own, I don't know if I can be that independent. That's the sword energy coming in, but we need that to understand what pack do I need now? Right? This could be the kids moving out of home. This could be a change in your office. Maybe a lot of people will become redundant, the people that you talk to every day. This could be a promotion that you're not sure about that will leave you feeling not as comfortable and as safe as before. We might ignite this energy, but Spirit's saying we need it. Spirit's saying there's a new level of security and safety available to us, but we can't be too rigid in this idea, because we can get this fulfillment and this rainbow in the strangest situations. It could be finally living on your own with a dog or a fish or something. And you're like, wow, I've never felt so stable. I've never felt so safe. This could be calling in a completely new friendship group. This could be extending into mentors and coaches and peer groups. This could be a completely new way to move into your industry. It could be making decisions based on what lights you up and has that rainbow feeling in the sky. And it's okay if it's not your family unit at times. Let's just be okay with that. The shadow aspect says, be honest with yourself if you're not getting 10 of Cups rainbows from what it used to be. That's Spirit saying, we've got more doors to open for you. Eclipse seasons is coming. The doors are going to be open. But if you're sitting around at home waiting for everyone to make you feel good, we can't open them doors because you're not out there, right? Get out there, dare to be different and challenge the status quo, and let's see if we can move towards a different emotional and spiritual fulfillment, whatever that is for you. All right, Capricorn, I love you so much. That was a quick one, but I'll get you next month. Much love. Bye.